What up YouTube, MCash Sports here, and today I'm coming at you guys with another video. Let's get to it.
It's just a public service announcement, sponsored by Just Blaze and the good folks at Rockefeller Records.
Fellow Americans.
Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be talking about how David Stern fined the Spurs $250,000 for sitting their star players, which are Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Tony Parker, as well as sitting Danny Green, against none other than the Miami Heat. I could see David Stern's reason for finding them. It's because the Heat versus the Spurs is a really good finals picture. I mean, you have two elite teams, both from the East and the West, squaring off early in the season, so everybody's in good shape. But you have to look at it this way. The Spurs played 4 games in 5 days, and Tim Duncan's old. Tony Parker is old, and so is Manu Ginobili. They've been around for years, and so is Greg Popovich. So he's an experienced coach with experienced players who need rest sometimes. Now, out of those 4 games, he could have chose the second game or the third game to rest them, but he chose the Miami Heat instead. So now, David Stern's look at this was, alright, I'm going to lose some crazy money now, so I better find them to make up for the money that I'm going to lose. But no. Let me show you guys what I think David Stern was doing on the night of the game. Alright, basketball. Got my bitches. Got my food. Let's see what's on. Spurs versus Heat. Interesting. Wait, whoa. What's that? Danny Green, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, and Tim Duncan sitting? What the fuck? Now listen, I get it, David Stern. You're angry. But my opinion is that you don't really give a fuck about basketball. You don't give a shit about the NBA and who's playing in it. You really only care about the money. Greg Popovich has been the coach for the Spurs since 1992. Tim Duncan has been in the NBA since 1997. So, that's 15 years for Tim Duncan, and that's 20 years for Greg Popovich. So he's an experienced coach. He knows what he's doing. So by sitting Tim Duncan, who's been in the league for 15 years already, 16 actually, very close to 16, he knows what he's doing, and he wants to sit his guys. So now, it's not like the Heat blew them out. They had LeBron playing, I think it was 39 minutes. They had Dwayne Wade playing the whole game. They had Chris Bosh playing some good minutes. But the final score was only 105-100. Honestly, I watched that game live. And seeing as that the Heat didn't really blow them out, I found it so much more exciting to see that the Spurs bench is so deep and that they could actually fight against the so-called best team in the East, which I really don't think they are, but anyways, they just have a jam-packed roster. But like I said, the Spurs played such a good game. They held it all the way down to the wire. The Heat almost lost. They had to catch up at a point. And I think David Stern is just butthurt because he lost a lot of money. There's one last thing that I want to say, and that's the moral of this story. And you know what that is? Moral of the story is David Stern is a selfish motherfucker. The Spurs were on a 5-game winning streak before this game, and I'll bet you anything they were exhausted. I mean, they played teams like the Wizards and the Raptors that weren't much of a challenge for them to beat, but I think they almost lost to the Raptors actually, but they were tired. They're old guys. Like I said, Tim Duncan has been in the league almost longer than I've been alive, and they need rest. They're still in good shape. They're still playing elite basketball, but the guys need rest, man. They need to stay in their top physical shape. So, fuck you, David Stern. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's video. I promise I'll be coming out with more videos as soon as more exciting NBA news comes out. I'll be giving you guys my power rankings, my MVP ladder. All of that hopefully is going to drop either this week or next week. A couple shout-outs. Shout out to JWAKPRODUCTIONZ, once again, JWAKPRODUCTIONZ, hilarious videos. Coming out with a new video Monday, so you guys better get on that. And peace.
I be that pretty motherfucker.